Let's talk Tanya for the 11th of Nissan. We're in the middle of the larger topic of kavana, the importance of intent when doing a mitzvah. Kavana, intent, defined as love and awe for God. And we spoke about that the level of the mitzvah that you are doing is actually dependent on the level of kavana that one has. And in the past days, we've talked about different levels of kavana, different levels of intent. But what about if someone doesn't have kavana at all? One doesn't do a mitzvah with the motivation being love for God, a desire to connect to God, awe of God. So there are two possible ways to do a mitzvah without kavana. Today we will talk about one of them, and tomorrow we will talk about another. The first possibility is that you didn't have any love for God, you didn't have any awe for God, so there was no positive kavana. But also there was nothing wrong with your intent. You didn't have any malicious intent in doing the mitzvah either. That we'll talk about tomorrow. If a person does a mitzvah and actually there's a negative intent over there. So why did you do the mitzvah? Because you're used to doing the mitzvah. In Hebrew it's called Mitzvos anoshim ulumada. You're used to doing the mitzvah. From you wake up every morning, you say Meida'ani, you wash your hands, nagel vaser, and it's just part of your routine. On what level is the mitzvah then? To which world does the mitzvah ascend to? And the answer, the Alter Rebbe says, is it doesn't ascend anywhere. It doesn't go to any world. It stays right over here in this world. Its spiritual level is that of this world, our physical world, the world of action. And you might say, but the person is doing a mitzvah. The person is doing a good thing. And yes, the answer is yes, the person is doing a good thing. But one of the big ideas in Tanya is that we need to move away from good versus bad. And in Tanya, the more operative question is not, is it good or is it bad? But is it holy or is it not holy? And how do we define holiness? Holiness is bittul. Holiness is nullification to God. Holiness is when an act is about God. When I am doing something simply because I'm used to doing it, it's not about God at all. It's just part of my routine. When I'm doing something because I love God, I'm doing it for Him. I'm doing it to connect to Him. When I'm doing something with awe of God, it's because I respect Him. Then it's about Him. If it's about Him, there is that important element of bittul involved, of nullification involved, and therefore the mitzvah is a vehicle for the godliness and the holiness of the higher worlds, which can be revealed in the mitzvah. But as long as I don't have that, there isn't that bittul, it isn't about God, then that mitzvah stays stuck over here in this world. But what if I do a mitzvah with a negative intent? Let's say I'm studying Torah, and why? For egotistical reasons. I'm studying Torah because I want to be a scholar. What happens to that mitzvah? And another question is, if I did a mitzvah but I did not have kavana, it wasn't lishma, I didn't do it for the sake of God with love and awe, is there any way for me to rectify that? Those two questions we will answer in tomorrow's Let's Talk Tanya.